Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amni Isati binti Muhammad Aziz. This is my mini project 2 for ECG 263 that I prepared for Miss Rosli Zayati binti Ghazali. So let's start. This is the contents of this template. Introduction, methodology, findings, discussion, conclusion, and references. Let's get to the introduction first. There are two general laboratory methods available for direct determination of a source permeability coefficient. Those are the constant heading method for high permeability soils and the folding head method for intermediate and low permeability soils. When water can flow easily through it, a soil is highly pervious. The permeability is very pure in an impervious soil and water can flow easily through it. How we want to identify if a soil is a coarse or fine soil, we have to conduct a test. This time we're going to run permeability test, the ability of water to pass through a material. Here I have attached a video on how I did this test. In this video contains the apparatus and a procedure. Let's take a look at this video. So the apparatus I use are filter, 300 ml of salt, and 250 ml of water. For the stopwatch, I only use the phone as a timer. For the procedure, firstly, put 300 ml of salt into the filter. Next, pour 250 ml of water into a filter containing salt. At the same time, start the stopwatch. For this scene is my first test where the test done is failed, but I attach it here to show how the water flow through the soil. For the first test, I use 500 ml of water and I think it is too much until the filter become leak. So for the second test, I use a small quantity of water and pour it on the soil gradually so that the filter will not leak. So next step, wait for water to drain out of the bottom of the filter. After a few minutes, the water started to drip out from under the filter. It takes a while for the water to fully drain. And lastly, if the water is no longer down, stop the time and measure the dripping water. Mark the height of the water using markers. Sorry for the quality of the video. To be more accurate, place the filter where the eye found must be in line with the water level. Done with the video. So through the test, it was found that the time taken for the water to stop dripping is 30 minutes. It takes a long time and it can be said that this type of salt is fine salt. The color of salt is brown and black in color and the texture of the salt is sand salt. The discussion from this test, when the time taken for dripping water is high, then it is fine salt. It is because a fine soil, which is called as a permeable soil, allows water to flow through it hardly. It is proven that the space between the inorganic particles are small and do not well connected. The relationship between permeability and porosity. Permeability is speed, water and air in the soil, and porosity are the space exists in the soil, and the relationship between them is direct where the greater the porosity increase permeability. And finally, we go to conclusion. The conclusion are, as temperature increases, relative permeability to water decreases at a given situation while irreducible water saturation increases. Permeability is largely depending on the size and shape of the pores in the substance and in granular materials such as sedimentary rocks by the size, shape, and packing arrangement of the grains. The coefficient of permeability increases significantly with increase in the void ratio. This is the references I used to prepare this project. Well, we already at the end of the presentation. I want to apologize if there was a shortage of me during my presentation. That's all from me. Thank you.